Hello, welcome to Artistically Declined. I'm Ian Roten, and I'm joined today by Russell, not turtly enough for the Turtle Club, Stroud.
Fucking kill me, God.
Do you want to redo that?
No, that's good. I want to keep that. And also me saying fuck.
All right. So today we're going to be doing the revolutionary new idea of telling you what we're going to draw, not 10 minutes into the episode, but like 30 seconds into the episode. Isn't that crazy?
Hell yeah.
So I think we're going to be drawing Ed, and Eddie today.
Indeed.
Ed, and Eddie!
I already did that!
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's...
Oh, is that the... God damn it, we should just restart this. Yeah, no, this one is not shaping up well so far.
How'd you not realize that's what I was doing?
I thought you were just screaming. I didn't know if that was some master disguise thing I wasn't privy to. Because I don't watch bad movies.
No.
Okay, so today we're going to be drawing Ed, and Eddie, a classic little funny show with a couple funny fellows. One of them is named Ed, one is named another Ed, and then the other one's named Eddie.
Well, the second Ed is Ed with two Ds. That's very important.
Oh, yes, that's very important. Russell, what pin do I want to draw with?
I don't know. That's up to you, dude. You're the artist.
I am the artist.
Do what you want to do.
Unlike you, I don't plan these things out ahead of time.
I don't plan them out.
I have video evidence of you planning the last one out.
No, that's not true. No, I didn't plan it out. I just got myself emotionally ready. And I am not
planning out the video.
I am not emotionally ready right now, let me tell you.
Oh God, I'm trying to draw Ed with 1D. He's the funny dumb boy, and I do not know what the hell I'm doing.
We don't ever.
You know what? I'm just gonna draw all of them super realistic. How's that?
Oh, you're just gonna go for hyperrealism?
Yeah, why not?
Just making them like horrible abominations. You realize that their character proportions don't make any sense whatsoever.
I've done horrible abominations for the last several episodes, so today I'll do something more my speed. How's that?
That's fair.
How do you like that?
Yeah, I respect that, dog. I respect that. I respect that, dude. You know what I'm saying? I respect that.
I hate that I'm not able to draw things from more zoomed out.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a skill I've had to learn to do.
I like getting really down and dirty with the details.
Well, the problem with that though is like if you focus on the details too early, you very quickly lose focus of what like the big picture is supposed to be. So you really want to like stay zoomed out as much as possible. Ideally, for me, I usually don't even come close to zooming in until I'm getting around to like the inking phase if I want to finalize a sketch.
Yeah, but like we talked about in the last episode, I start with the inking phase.
Which fucking I don't understand. Like it's great, like wonderful skill. You just kind of go on you wing it, right? And I super adore that. But I do not get how you can just not freak out and panic.
It's because I don't like taking 50 hours to draw a hand that I could just draw if I threw down the lines and then just adjusted them to be how I knew it needed to look. I
guess so, man. I need all those details planned out. And I'm not even that good at drawing hands, so it doesn't even pay off, but...
Or planning things. Okay, so let's talk about the actual subject at hand here.
What subject?
Ed, and Eddie.
Oh, right. The thing we're drawing.
Who's your favorite Ed?
Oh, so growing up it was always Double D without a doubt. I really resonate with him. Just like this poor little guy who's trying his best to keep everything together with the other people, but he himself also is horrible at keeping it together.
Like he doesn't even do anything wrong. Like he's not like an idiot or a trickster like the other ones. He's just kind of grouped in there because his name is Ed.
Yeah. Although sometimes he does kind of get that mad scientist sadistic vibe.
Oh, absolutely,
which is hilarious. But also, Ed was also particularly dear to my heart.
I find Eddie, like he's the one that is the bad one, and so like seeing what he did, I found entertaining. I always didn't. I was never the biggest Ed fan though, because it was just like, oh, it's just gross out humor with a dumb guy that like he was just like a dumb loud guy, and like even when I was a kid, I was never too big a fan of those characters, so I just didn't end up liking him a whole lot. But
That's fascinating. I never would have
like,
thought someone could dislike Ed. It's a weird perspective. Not like you're weird, but like I just never would have imagined that.
well, I am weird, but
I mean, yeah, you're a fucking freak.
I'm a genetic freak.
I'm a man.
You take his 33rd and a third percent chance, and my 66 and a sixth chance, and you take him to fucking SmackDown. I don't watch wrestling. I can't remember.
I don't know
all
what
the
you're doing.
I played you that video. It's the one with the it's some wrestler guy getting interviewed by these like chicks, and they're asking him like if he thinks he's gonna be able to win in like the big fight, and he's like, oh man, you take this guy, you know, in a normal match, you know, you have a 50-50 shot against your opponent, but I'm a genetic freak, so that changes the odds to like 33rd and a third percent chance and 66 and 2/3 chances. And then you take in the fact that I have this guy on my side, which bumps that up to a 75% chance. And he just goes on for like 5 minutes doing all this stupid math that doesn't actually work out to anything. And then the chicks are like, well, yeah, but I think that other guy's like pretty hot. And he's like, oh, okay then.
Okay.
And it's so pointless. It's just hilarious though.
I do vaguely remember that, but I adore that energy.
What were we talking about?
Ed and Eddie. Ed and Eddie, yeah.
I with Eddie, like, you know, he is constantly getting my boy Double D into trouble.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't I wasn't too fond of, because it's like, look, this guy doesn't want to hurt nobody. He just wants to label all of his stuff. But he always gets roped into it. But at least, like, you know, both those characters serve something. But with Ed, I never really got the idea that he contributed too much, so it just made him...
He's the showman.
Is he, though?
He is. Like, Eddie's the brains who, like, comes up with the ideas. Double D executes them from a technical level. And Ed is the performer for the scam.
But generally, I think Eddie ends up being the one that's the performer. I mean,
as a host type, yes, but
Ed just gets dressed up as like a signboard to advertise. It's not.
He's the subject.
I guess.
Ian, I'm appalled by this Ed dissing right now.
It's, you know,
he's a
like
good boy.
Oh, that's, well, I don't know about that.
He'll be the best monster he could be.
Okay. Is that supposed to mean something to me? There was a period where, like, you know, I'm fine with it, like the show now. It was a fun show, good part of childhood, you know, classic.
Sure.
But like there was a period, I feel like in like 2007, 8, 9, where it became kind of their SpongeBob or Teen Titans Go, where it's like you could win a bet of like, you know, not checking the TV guide and being like, I bet Ed and Eddie's on right now, and you turn it on and it is, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm fucking sick of this because I've already watched it. Like, you know, like if we went over to our grandparents' house in the summer and decided to watch some Cartoon Network, it was always like, oh, more Ed and Eddie episodes I just finished watching. Okay.
Man, you're dissing on Ed and Eddie for a lot for a guy who suggested we do an Ed and Eddie episode.
I mean, I like Ed and Eddie. I just, you know, it's like, it's not perfect. It's not perfect system.
I think it's one of the greatest shows. That and Courage the Cowardly Dog were the best shows Cartoon Network ever had.
I was never a Courage fan just because I was like, I didn't comprehend it as a kid, but like now, I'm sure if I watched some of it, I'd enjoy it a lot more.
Oh, dude, we should watch Courage the Cowardly Dog. It's such a good show.
Sure, for sure.
I wholeheartedly adore it, and I've grown to appreciate it even more as I've grown up. Like, there are a lot of episodes that hit certain emotional beats that I just never really thought about.
I was always a fan of I think I remember seeing it as a kid, like the blue weird alien thing that like just slowly looks at the camera and whispers like, "You're not perfect."
Yeah. I think that's actually from one of the final episodes of the series.
Interesting. Okay.
That was a very good episode. If I recall correctly, it had to do with Courage's origins. And I guess I won't spoil it too much, but like he goes through like this whole journey of where his place is, what his purpose is. And
Interesting.
it's very endearing. There are a lot of very good emotional episodes, like when
Something.
Courage saves these two girls from an abusive boyfriend,
Oh, okay.
and they're furries.
Oh,
Fuck
okay.
yeah! I'm not a
Uh,
furry. I just want that
I
to be known.
well, there's nothing wrong with it, I guess.
Oh
I would say.
sure, I just don't want people to get the wrong idea. You know.
Well, yeah, but like maybe don't knock it till you try. It's all I'm saying.
I like how we're talking about Courage the Cowardly Dog during Ed and Eddie
Well,
episode.
okay. What more do you want to say about Ed, Ed and Eddie? Because I was gonna start talking about some other Cartoon Network
Oh,
stuff. But,
by all means, Ed and Eddie is definitely a good facilitator. Is that the right word?
it's a good
It works.
facilitator, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Anyway, what were some of your other favorite Cartoon Network shows growing up?
I'm actually I'm struggling to remember like other ones that stuck with
Really?
me. Just
Really?
not because like other ones I didn't care about, but because Ed and Eddie and Courage are so prominent in my brain that it's difficult for me to think of something that isn't them. But I know that Camp Lazlo was one I really enjoyed.
That is a good one.
I remember my father hating it at first, and I never fully understood why. Admittedly, maybe the first season didn't really get its feet wet yet. But I appreciated Camp Lazlo's humor. It was very dry in like a way that was visually not dry. Does that make sense at all?
Yeah, yeah.
It probably doesn't, but
I wish I remembered a bit more from it because I remembered being pretty into it back when I was watching. I think that probably the biggest Cartoon Network show for me was Ben 10, like the classic.
uh-huh.
Because I was right in the perfect age range, like I was the same age as him. It was like, oh man, I'm also like a misfit kid that doesn't want to have just another boring summer and gets a alien watch upon his wrist with secrets that it hid.
Hmm.
And I wish that I had superpowers and was no longer an ordinary kid.
You're Ben 10.
He's been 10. So like there was that one, which is probably the biggest. I've over the years I've been like, do I want to like get back into it and like watch all the new stuff that's come out? Like,
Alien Force
probably
was
not.
okay, and then
I
after
remember
that,
watching bits of that and bits of the one that where like he doesn't even look like the rest of the show, but all the other characters look like they're in the same style, so it's really confusing. And that one wasn't too bad.
is that like
It's
the
just
soft
like
reboot they did or whatever?
no, not the. It was another. It was like the last season in the like main series, but like they really changed his design, but like everybody else still looked like they were from the previous series. It was weird.
That's weird. I didn't finish Alien Swarm, so I'm not. Alien Force rather. I think Alien Swarm was the fucking live action movie they did.
Oh man, I remember the live action movie.
It
The
was
the
not
like
great.
the first one
Yeah.
where it was like the weird time enemy or whatever.
Yeah, and then they made a live
Yeah.
action movie from when they're older with Kevin and everything. And I never saw that one, but apparently there was a lot of there were a lot of car chasing scenes because Kevin has like the car,
A
right?
car,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like, oh, we got to do the car bit, which I don't think they actually did a whole lot of car chases in the actual cartoon. Maybe I'm wrong.
Probably not, but that's probably where they probably were like, okay, so we've got all the alien models that we're using done. What do we do with the rest of this budget?
Uh-huh.
And then smash cut to them in a car,
Yeah, I suppose so. But no, I actually had to look it up, like the other shows that were on around the time, and I feel so ashamed of myself for not being able to think of
Foster's,
Yeah.
Chowder,
Powerpuff
Flapjack,
Girls, Dexter,
Powerpuff
Samurai
Girls.
Jack, Billy
Cow
and
Cow and
Mandy.
Chicken.
Dude, Cow and Chicken was my shit. But I don't know if this will make me sound like a boomer or anything like that. But that 2000s range of shows was the best Cartoon Network ever had, and everything after that, aside from like Gumball, is terrible.
I never could get into Gumball.
Gumball's
I
the
don't
only
know.
good one. Like I hate
I'm,
Adventures of Flap. No, okay, Flapjack had some good bits.
Flapjack was great.
Yeah,
I love
Flapjack's humor
Flapjack.
was great. I will give it that. I didn't care for some of the characters, but Flapjack had a great premise and good humor. what's the Adventure Time and Regular Show I thought were garbage.
Regular Show's good.
Okay, you know what? Okay, I'll rescind that. I acknowledge that Regular Show was objectively good. I just hated
Okay.
its energy. I absolutely abhorred it, and I don't know.
Okay.
Plus, I think
I can see how it's not for everyone.
I don't know if I'll sound like a 40-year-old soccer mom or anything like this, but it was weird to me how Regular Show would curse. And
Yeah, like
it's
they
a
would just
Cartoon
they would
Network
just say
show.
they would just like drop crap and damn and stuff.
Yeah, like crap's whatever, but like I've heard damn and piss, and I just never understood that for a Cartoon Network show, and I felt like Regular Show could have prospered a lot more if it was an Adult Swim show. You know?
Maybe, yeah, yeah. Have you ever seen the like prototypes for it?
No.
Okay, I'll have to send you some of those. They're cool. They're like one where it's like these two convenience store workers take some like LSD or something, and like just have a really weird night or whatever, and they turn into Mordecai and Benson, the gumball machine.
Uh-huh.
And it's just really weird. There's a scene where there's a car sticking a gas pump into a policeman's asshole.
Okay.
It's pretty funny.
I think I remember there's an episode of Regular Show, and a few episodes I've seen, because I did try to give it a fair chance. There was an episode where they were trying to get a hat that says "I'm excellent" or something.
Yeah. And Rigby has like a allergic reaction to eggs or whatever.
Yeah,
Because he just thought he could eat fast enough.
So I did like that episode, I will say, and I love like the screenshot. Rigby's the raccoon ass looking motherfucker, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so there's like the screenshot of him like in a hospital bed, just like dead inside, but he has the hat on.
Yeah.
That shit does kill me. I will give it that.
There's plenty of good episodes of it. Not all of them are hits, and like it gets really, really weird, and like just toward the end, it's when they're trying to like have some weird final plot. It's not optimal, but there's plenty of good stuff. Fosters, that was another great one.
Fosters was adorable.
I love Fosters.
Trying to think. There's an episode.
Did you ever?
Sorry, go ahead.
Did you ever watch or see any of Whatever Happened to Robot Jones?
Yeah!
I've been trying to find that shit for years because there was one episode that I didn't watch before it got like the show got taken off of like the online Cartoon Network, and I have wanted to go back and watch it again ever since.
What was it?
It was called Tardy 101. That was the very last episode.
I remember that episode.
I don't.
That's amazing. The other episode that's so prominent in my mind is when Robot Jones learns how to do the Rubik's Cube, and then there's a Rubik's Cube competition.
And then like there's the two creepy guys that like live in the school. They're like his nemesises.
Yeah, and they swap the stickers.
So there's no, even though he's like a robot, he can't like figure that out because there's no way to solve the cube, but he should be able to because he's a robot.
Yeah, exactly. What do the JoJo menacing kanji look like?
Wow, you don't know what they look like? What are you, some kind of fake fan?
Dude, I'm not a weeb, and I'm not gonna memorize the actual stroke of the kanji. Fuck! I forgot to turn my phone on pure silence, so I apologize for when you hear that. You're just gonna hear my Persona 5, like, text message fucking jingle. No! Shut up!
There was also a really good Robot Jones episode where he wasn't, like, he got stuck in home ec instead of shop class, and like at first he thought like, oh no, I'm gonna get ostracized because that's for girls, but then he ends up like liking it, and then he gets ostracized by the boys for it, and so then he doesn't know like what bathroom to go in, and it's like it was a really revolutionary like episode of him trying to figure out like what gender he most closely fits with. Like,
wow,
really
yeah, that's ahead of its time, isn't it?
And so, they even beat South Park to it, because what ends up happening is he just ends up using the like this maintenance room that's in between the two.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one.
What were some other like really obscure shows? Because there are plenty with like Robot Jones energy.
Yeah. What about Destroy? Build,
Shut up.
Destroy!
Shut up. I refuse to acknowledge the live action phase of Cartoon Network.
Russell,
What?
Real people are cartoons too.
I hate it.
I'm Andrew WK.
Even as a show, I hated that. I didn't even know who Andrew WK was at the time, so I didn't care. I didn't care that this man...
I don't know who he is since then.
He's a musician.
Okay.
Very cool guy, as far as I know. I don't know if he's secretly, like, beat dogs since the last time I heard anything about him, but as far as I know, cool guy.
Okay. There was a live action show. Like, I tried to make myself like the live action shows, but there was
so
one
bad.
that I actually did like that was called, like, Unnatural History. That was about a kid who had been, like, his parents were, like, adventurers and explorers, and so he'd been all over the world. He learned all these skills, like martial arts and, like, how to escape from various scenarios. And they, like, along with his cousin and his love interest, they start, like, discovering some, like, weird creepy plot in the town, because he like is forced to go to high school or whatever, even though he wants to keep exploring. And so like they end up, you know, like, sneaking around, breaking into places, and his knowledge, like, ends up helping him. Like, he was caught in this car that was being crushed in a compactor, and he, like, flashes back to him, like, trapped in an Egyptian tomb, and he, like, manages to kick a block out of place in the wall and escape. And so he uses, like, the same sort of skills to escape from these dangerous situations he gets into, like, in the pursuit of this mystery. And it was, like, a really cool show, and I've never been able to find it since, and it left off on a cliffhanger, and I want to die. I've not been happy since then.
That's a shame, dog.
Right?
Fucking rip.
I know. Cow and Chicken's another good show.
Dude, Cow and Chicken. Yeah, you're right. That's a bit more on the obscure side, but I love Cow and Chicken so much.
The devil scared me when I was younger. Like, because
Ian, you have to call him the red guy. The devil
the
is
red
too,
guy.
The,
sorry.
The devil is. He's not the devil. That'd be too dark and scary.
Did you see the episode where he, like, forced Chicken to smack a whole pack of Sagarats?
Yeah.
That was some scary shit.
It was. He was a bad dude.
Speaking of weird, creepy devil characters, I was always very confused by the androgynous him from Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, as a kid, I never fully processed that his name was him.
But, like, he dressed like a lady but talks like a man, oh my Lola.
Well, that was not, like, the issue. It just, like... So, I guess it's because, as a kid, I did register it as a woman. So, whenever I heard the name him, I wasn't thinking of H-I-M. I just thought it was, like, a weird name that was super unique.
Okay.
So, I never made that connection. It was just like, yeah, that's just a really feminine individual who is the devil.
Yeah, wow. Christianity is canon in Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, it's weird. And then there's, like, the episode where they have, like, the Doomsday, where it's literally just the what's that Christian thing where everyone becomes ghosts except bad people?
Christianity.
Rapture.
Oh, there we go.
There's the episode where it's basically the Rapture. Like, the Powerpuff Girls fail because they accidentally shoot forward in time, so the timeline has no Powerpuff Girls, and then him takes over and just turns the entire planet into a hellscape.
Interesting.
Okay. It's dark. Like, they frame it super scary, like. It's so unsettling.
Wow, I actually got, like, a good head shape for Eddie on, like, the first shot. I haven't had to, like, throw out a bunch of lines I don't like or tweak it in a weird way.
Yeah, Ed and Eddie's head shapes they make me mad. I love them. I love the unique style of that show. But
absolutely.
I am struggling a bit.
It seems kind of like anything is on model, you know, like one of those shows.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I appreciate it so much. Anything goes.
Something I really liked from the show was, like, you know, Eddie worships his older brother or whatever. And then in the movie at the end, I never got to see it, but I found out about it later. Like, his brother is, like, a shitty, abusive asshole.
Correct.
And so he just, like, he kind of, you know, uses that to justify how cool he is. Like, the fact that he beat him up and treated him like shit. Like, that's a really cool, like, progression for something that was just, like, a really dumb, like, generic story beat for whenever they needed some cool thing to get out of a jam.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I really do love the movie. I need to watch it again at some point, but it really did just feel like a longer episode, and like that's the best way they could have done it.
There's so much of this stuff I want to watch again, but what's the deal with like cartoons making it incredibly difficult to like just get and watch and enjoy them? Like there are all these shows like I think Billy and Mandy never got a DVD release, or a bunch of shit like that where they either don't get DVD releases or they get released in these weird like, oh, here's the summer pack, and it's just a bunch of episodes from throughout like 3 seasons of like summertime episodes, and it's like, hey, hi, can I just get seasons 1, 2, and 3? Like, I want to watch these old shows that I like again. Can I please do? No? Okay, well, I guess I'll just go to a site that's definitely going to get me a virus and watch them there.
Uh-oh. Are you admitting to watching things illegally?
No, I'm just speaking in hypotheticals.
Right, of course. But yeah, no, I remember I had a DVD for Ed and Eddie back when I was a kid, and I cherished it, but it was only like 4 episodes.
Yeah.
It was a very
Exactly,
specific grouping. I don't even know if it was sequential. It was just 4 episodes around the same season or so.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I think there was a 2-parter one, and then, which they rarely do, so I might be wrong actually. I know I had the turkey baster episode. If you know which one I'm talking about.
They inseminate Naz with a turkey baster.
No, I don't believe Naz was in that episode actually.
Oh, okay. I must be remembering it wrong.
Dude, Naz is a weird character. Can we just talk about that for a second? She's just sometimes there. She is the most. No.
Yeah.
You don't understand. Like every side character is like there every now and then whenever they're called for in the script. But Naz is an anomaly. She exists.
I remember her being in a lot of episodes.
She exists when she needs to, and after that, she just isn't.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
not at all, you crazy man.
I'm dead serious. I'm dead. Okay, Naz barely ever shows up, and it's not even in like she's a rare character, but like I legitimately believe that she is an astral plane entity that occasionally inserts herself into the zeitgeist of the cul-de-sac.
Okay.
Because no one talks about her. Like off frame. They always like mention like Kevin, or like Eddie, Kevin's not in this episode, or blah 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 blah, or like I can't do the thing because Sarah will beat me, and shit like that, you know.
Well, Sarah's Ed's sister.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Exactly, but like even Johnny is around all the time, and because Sarah.
It's because Johnny is a doll. He's just an absolute doll.
He is adorable. But, like, because Sarah is around all the time being Ed's sister, that means Jimmy's around all the time because Jimmy and Sarah are inseparable. And then there's Rolf, who is Kevin's friend, and they're a duo. And so they always feed off each other, with Kevin being the bully character, so of course Rolf's going to be around a whole lot. But Naz! She's just, like... She's around sometimes.
She's just there whenever like Eddie and Kevin need to compete over something.
Sure, yeah, she's like the cute girl that everyone crushes over. But I don't think she's real. I don't think she's real.
Russell?
I think she and Plank are up to something. I haven't even been drawing this whole time.
All right, cool. You're going to be watching me draw knockoff Ryuji with Ron Stoppable's haircut.
Knockoff Ryuji.
Yeah, that's kind of how my Eddie turned out, but it's like fine. It's not like that's not a bad thing necessarily.
Uh-huh. Who else did I say I was going to draw?
Your mom.
I'm so struggling so much with head shape on here and with this. I really am. I
finished my Ed and Eddie, and they look fantastic.
Well, I have Double D and sort of Ed.
I'm gonna draw Blue and Mac.
And a little guest character. But I am struggling so much. I really am. It's kind of like a square. It's kind of like a square Clued. Hello, Clued.
What the fuck are you doing?
You know that video where it's like a guy looking up at clouds? And he's like, oh, look at that Clued. It's starting to turn into like a square Clued.
Okay, I'm gonna be moving on to my next character to draw. Who did you say? You said Rolf was your second one?
I'm trying to do Rolf, but I cannot fathom
Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna draw Jimmy. I might go a bit crazier on this one.
With Eddie, I'm trying to rationalize Eddie's head shape right now because he's got the very squarish kind of shape, but
Yeah, yeah.
his mouth.
I kind of hit a stroke of luck with just my first outline for him.
But his mouth has kind of a what's his name, Matt Groening kind of logic to it.
Okay.
Simpsons and Futurama.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like
I
look
know
at
what
it
Matt
that
Groening
way.
worked on.
I know. I just in case, shut up. I'm struggling. I am struggling so much, and you're just bullying me. Fuck.
Bullying you.
You're just a fucking conehead.
God, fucking Jimmy and his stupid braces. I hate it so much. But
Oh,
also,
yeah.
I was a bit of a Jimmy when I was a kid.
Were you
Like,
a
not
Jimmy?
in terms of the braces, but I was just like a complete little wimpy little shit.
You always had Johnny energy to me.
Well, yeah, but like you only met me middle school and onward. In elementary school, I was a total Jimmy.
Oh yeah, I guess that's fair. You always had the how do I say this in a nice way? There's a reason why guest speakers always thought you were a girl.
Yes.
So just
I,
imagining that up to 11 when you were in elementary school and even more of a baby babu.
I didn't have long hair in elementary school. It was only really when I got into middle school, actually.
I suppose that's fair. And I
But
can't
okay,
imagine you with short hair.
that's a story we could tell. So like when I was in middle school, I started getting long hair because I was like, yeah, it's cool. I like how it frames my head. But it led to several instances that got me very angry, where I was mistaken for a young lady, and like eventually I stopped like giving a shit. But like, in middle school, somebody accidentally calls you a girl when you're not, and you're gonna be the talk of the town all day. So like it I think like the big one was like we got in a car accident on like Memorial Day one time, and like the police officer was like talking to our parents, and then he came back and he was like, "Are you two ladies all right?" to me and my sister, and I'm like, "I'm a dude," and he goes, "Oh," and he just goes back to talking to my parents because he just had nothing else to say. And so then that happened with like a guest speaker or two, and eventually I was just like, who gives a shit?
I always thought it was the
It's
funniest
gonna
stuff.
happen.
I thought it was the funniest thing, and I hope I didn't pick on you in a way that was super assholey. I always felt like we could laugh at it as kind of buddies, but I thought
Later
it was the
on
funniest.
we could, but
Was
we
I
should
an
mention-
asshole?
We should mention that in 7th grade, for some reason, we just absolutely hated each other's guts.
I don't remember hating you. That's the thing.
Well, I read into it a bit more, but like in 6th grade when we met each other, it was like, oh, this guy's cool. I see him around every once in a while. Like we occasionally see each other in chat. This is fun. But then I remember like when 7th grade started and we went into our English class or whatever, I saw you sitting there and I was like, oh, Stroud, and you were like, oh, Roten. And then for some reason, things were like really adversarial between us. Like for some reason, I remember this one incident where I like tripped over my shoelace or something, and everybody like, and it was like a hard fall into like a chair, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." And you were just like from across the room, and I'm like, "Oh, this fucking cunt."
I'm so
Like,
sorry,
what the
man.
shit?
I'm so sorry.
And so then that made me go harder against you, which made you go harder against me, and then it was a whole thing for a little while. But then like, both of us just kind of stopped, and now look at us, we're two chums in a rug.
God, I feel so bad about that though. I had such a terrible sense of humor in the sense that I didn't understand. How do I put it? I couldn't separate people getting hurt in real life versus in a cartoon, I guess.
Okay.
So I didn't.
Interesting.
I didn't
I'm curious about
rationalize-
this. Keep going. I'm curious about this.
I feel patronized right now.
No. I'm interested. Like this is something cool. I'm hearing something interesting for the first time.
I feel like on spotlight in not a good way. Like
Under the microscope.
yeah, that's the phrase. Thank you. But no, I was such an asshole as a kid. I feel like I didn't try to be malicious. It's just
I'm sure it wasn't trying to. Yeah.
But like I had such a terrible sense of what was funny or not. I remember there was a time I was spending time with my brother and his girlfriend who had a daughter of her own from a previous relationship, and she almost fell down the cement stairs leading down
Oh
to the
no.
apartment. She almost fell down. If she did, she would have been not horrifically hurt, but would have been like, she's young enough where she would have been losing her mind, bawling her eyes out if she got hurt.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, "Oh my gosh, are you all right? You could have gotten hurt." And I was just like, "That would have been funny." And my girlfriend left. And not my
Your
girlfriend,
girlfriend?
my brother's girlfriend. My apologies.
That's a Freudian slip right there.
Please, no. The point is, my brother's girlfriend left in response to that. And I felt so bad. Because I didn't understand what I did wrong.
Uh-huh.
I didn't. I was like, yeah, that would have been funny, right? But, like, I didn't process in my brain the real pain that someone was probably going through, or the shame that you would have gone through falling in front of, like, other kids. I didn't think about that. Even though, like, that's stuff that I've gone through, obviously, so, like, it's happened to me. But for some reason, I just didn't think it'd be funny. It wouldn't be embarrassing if other people did it. It'd
That's
just be,
interesting.
it'd
That
just
really
be funny
is.
in a comical sense. Because I'm the one who's an idiot who everyone should laugh at. Because it's like, haha, it's Russell. But, like, anyone else, it's like, oh,
Well, yeah,
well,
you kind of
that's
you kind of
silly.
converted it though to the, you went from like laughing at others to like not like, you kind of make situations to be the one to be laughed at, like not in a what's like, I guess you kind of like changed your persona to be the straight man rather than the bloke, you know?
Right, yeah. I've tried my best to, at least. I was definitely a huge clown in high school.
Uh-huh, yeah.
And I feel like I have a habit of being the clown, just because I get excited a lot with my emotions whenever I'm having fun with people, so it's easy for me to start doing wacky zacky shit.
Yeah, but that's also like one of the more fun things is when you get worked up.
Sure, yeah,
Like-
it's all fun and games, sure, but it has turned into a bit of a problem where some people wouldn't take me, like, super seriously.
That's fair.
Because I became, like, the clown. I had a bit of a Jim Carrey effect, I suppose. I only use that term because he's done, like, a super meta show where this feeling becomes expressed, where he's the host of, like, a children's show, and he's always silly and haha, but whenever he has real emotions in, like, the real world as an adult man, no one takes it seriously.
That's
because
fair.
because everyone thinks that everything he does is a joke.
Yeah.
I don't know how this got so real when we were talking about Ed and Eddie.
Man, you know what's the worst crime?
What?
They didn't put Chowder out to view, like I've been checking over the years,
Dude,
and
Chowder's
like
so
Chowder
good.
is so hard to track down. Like they never did like anything with it, and I adored Chowder when I was younger.
Chowder is such a good show. It legitimately is. Chowder was part of the phase where, in my opinion, I'm sorry if people disagree, where Cartoon Network started to fall, but Chowder was still amazing, and then we had
it was
crap
the
like
beginning
Johnny
of a
Test.
transition for sure.
Yeah, I guess to be objective, it's the transition where it stopped being the shows for me.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's the best way, even though I was still pretty young when Chowder came out, admittedly. But that's when they started doing other stuff like Johnny Test. I think Flapjack, Johnny Test, and Chowder was that wave, right?
Well, actually, Johnny Test was on. It didn't start on Cartoon Network. It started on
Really?
the Kids WB, because I would watch it on Saturday mornings, and then it ended, like it had the definitive, like, okay, this is the end, like it's a big final episode, cool, it's over, and then like it got moved on to Cartoon Network. So it, like, I was like, what is this? It's like Flash tween animated now. Like it's a clearly different like animation style. This is really weird. Like it even had a different theme song like than from the one I knew, and like I get now that it's not a good show. Anyway, I liked it when I was younger. All right, Russell, which canker sister did you want to violate you the most as a young man?
Oh, what the? No. They're all gross. And also the children.
Well, I said when you were a young man, not right now.
They're children.
Yeah, but you were also a child when you watched the show.
I think it's
so
still
okay.
bad.
Well, that's up to debate.
I don't think it is, Ian. I think that's just really fucked up.
Okay, well, fine. Russell, tell me about what was your first like actual crush? You don't have to name names or nothing. If you don't want to get into it, we don't gotta.
I don't think I've ever had a crush.
Really?
Yeah, I've never really cared.
Okay. All right. Well, that's perfectly
I'm
fine.
sorry if that's a very dismissive, like, let's not pursue this conversation, but, like, I just don't have a good answer for you, I feel.
No, that's fine. I
I've,
can talk about mine if you want to stay a secret squirrel.
I've definitely had anime characters that are girls that I liked more than the rest of the cast, but I don't know if I've gone so far as to have a crush. Like, I've definitely
Okay.
had my waifus, I guess. I don't know if that is the same thing, though.
Russell, this is getting more and more depressing for you by the minute. So I'm
Wait,
just
it's
gonna
not
go ahead.
depressing. I'm happy with the way I am.
All right, well, yeah, but when you're talking about all your waifus and your Japanimes,
Hey, dude, Haru's the best. Shut up.
oh, should I share the little
No.
fan art I drew of you and your waifu Haru?
Please don't. I don't want to think about that. I hate that you drew it. I'm still mad. I'm still so. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it, and it's making me more mad. Like, why would you do that?
Because it was funny.
It's not funny. It's weird.
It's provably really really funny.
No one will believe me if I try to explain how many times you've drawn me in a sexual context, and I don't like it. I hate it so
Sorry,
much.
I'm sorry, man.
No, you're not. That's the thing. You're not sorry. You're
I am
you're
sorry.
you're a terrible person.
No, I am sorry. I mean it, honest and truly.
No, Ian, that's the voice that you do when you absolutely don't mean it.
Yeah, you're right. I don't mean it. I'll do it again in a heartbeat.
I know you would, you asshole.
Okay, so I'll answer my own question. Like the first actual crush I had on a person was like in high school. I was a freshman, so I was like, oh my god, the whole world's in front of me. I could get a job. I could get a girlfriend. I didn't do either of those, but that's fine. I'm actually very happy with the way my high school life turned out. So there was this chick in my French class, who I was like, whoa, okay, she's cute, she's smart, like we're doing French together. This is rad. And then she dropped the whole like, oh yeah, me and my boyfriend were doing this, and I was like, okay, well, fuck that. But like, even still, I was like, oh, maybe, I could hold out hope. There's light in the world. Poor little son of a bitch, didn't realize. But then one day, like after I was like mostly over it, in the middle of French class, she like stood up and made an announcement that she was going to be in like the new school play. And so she wanted to give us a little taste of, because I guess she was like starring in it or something. So all of a sudden she just starts singing in the middle of French class, and like the teacher's like, I guess this is fine. Okay, and she's like, everyone was clearly just like, is this really happening right now? Like, are you really doing this? Like, what? Are you serious? And like she just sang her song, and she's like, okay, thank you, and sat back down. And the teacher was like, okay, I guess we're just gonna go ahead then. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad that I was not backing that horse when that happened, because that was the most embarrassing thing I think I've seen up to this point.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it, and it embarrasses me just by.
Like because it's not like she was embarrassed in any part of this. She thought that she just stood up and sang her song and probably impressed a good number of people in that room.
Oh
but
yeah,
like,
I'm sure she got a lot of exposure. She's gonna get a lot of calls from studios now.
oh, absolutely. But like what kind of combination of ego and like lack of self-awareness of how like high schoolers aren't going to be the most self-aware of what cringy things they're doing, but like you have to have some kind of like awareness that may not go over as well as you think it will, and just like I don't think that ending up with somebody that up their own ass would probably be too good.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know, I just think that that's probably like one of the most like harmless first crushes you can have, is one that like you have it and then it dies and you realize like, oh, that's not going to be something that's for me.
That's understandable.
The Canker sisters were fucking horrifying.
They were awful, and Like,
I was both scared and confused anytime there was an episode with him, and I several times I would just like turn the TV off really awkwardly, like when I was over at my grandparents whenever it was a Kanker episode.
do you feel like if the I don't know if this gets too political, but do you think if they swapped the genders, it would just come across as like really gross and rapey?
Super rapey, absolutely.
Yeah. Like that.
Yeah,
Like
no,
I never like really got it.
if a bunch of children boys were chasing down, attacking, and making out with girls against their will, yeah, no, that would not be optimal.
Mm-hmm.
That would in fact be suboptimal.
You've been saying that a lot.
That's I just have been saying it over the years.
Fair.
That's just my thing that I say.
I know, but in particular, I think you've said it like 3 times today.
Have I?
Did you ever try to force a catchphrase when you were a kid?
No, I've only really done it as a joke when I'm like older. Like, if you get it, it's funny. Is a classic one that everybody I know knows.
Yeah, that was a one I remember you not forcing, but using a lot.
It's like jokingly forced. Like I'm not actually trying to like make it my thing.
Yeah, it's
but
ironic.
Now it has been because it's clearly like a joke.
Yeah, that's me with like dabbing, because I used to do it ironically, but then I started doing it so ironically so much I realized it stopped being ironic and I had to force myself to stop.
That happened with me with like in high school I really hated swag, which was like the big word that people were using.
God.
And swag, YOLO, like it was in that era. But like I started like I hated YOLO and swag, and then I started using them ironically, and now I'm doing that with epic.
It's so epic.
It's epic, dude. But like yeah, so those got stuck in my vernacular for way longer than I wanted them to, and like I jokingly started addressing people with like howdy as well recently, and not recently, like a few years ago, but like now howdy is part of my vernacular as I greet people, and I am not. We may live in the Midwest, but we are not cowfolk. Neither one of us.
No, not in the slightest. Yeah, I just do not like the Kankers. I really don't.
I don't like the blonde one. She always like actively creeped me out. Like the other two were frightening in their molesty ways, but like the blonde one actually like you can tell that there's something wrong with her. Like somebody like bonked her on the head at birth, and there's like a little twisted fuse there that she's gonna burn something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the one I'm actually drawing right now, and I'll admit I'm doing a very half-assed, like horrible version of her. But yeah, she was always the one that concerned me the most. I don't know. I know people like her is the thing. I think that's what makes it so scary to me.
Ugh, yeah. I'm saving the best for last. The scene queen herself.
Yeah, it does appear that everyone nowadays likes, not everyone, but like I've noticed it's very prominent that people romanticize Marie, I think it was, the blue-haired girl.
Yeah, it's okay, so it's Marie, Lee is the blonde one.
Lee, Marie, and Lee is the leader with the poofy redhead hair.
No, Lee is the blonde one.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me check the Edit and Eddie fandom wiki. Okay, so yeah, Lee is the leader with red, and then Marie is blue, and then May is the blonde.
Okay.
I knew the blonde one's name was going to be one that didn't rhyme, or like it would have been a slant rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't remember. I was going to say Carrie, even though that rhymes with Mary, so I guess that goes against what I literally just said.
Frick you, idiot.
Shut the fuck. Shut up.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have called you that.
Shut up.
Frick you, idiot. I'll cut that in there.
Nice. Just replace the horrible joke that you already did.
Yeah. Russell, I don't want to get canceled.
So are you implying that what you did in fact say was cancel worthy and we should cancel you regardless?
I know, I'm cutting that. Russell, I don't think you understand. I control the media.
That is true. But if I say enough stuff that you need to cut out, then you don't have an episode. Isn't that right?
Oh, shit. Every fifth word is absolutely unpublishable.
Yeah, I either say something incredibly stupid or something like the hottest take imaginable. I can't think of a super hot take right now.
Uh-huh.
Shit.
I'm drawing these 3 as a bone witch.
That's a bone witch?
Yeah.
You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, it's a witch that collects bones and like adds skin to themselves to.
Oh, that kind of bone.
This is some big aura energy.
I that's I don't want to hear that. I don't want to
Why?
hear that. Like knowing that you're drawing the Kanker sisters, I don't want to hear that, Ian. That doesn't make me happy as a person.
No, like, am I wrong that they as characters have some big RR energy?
Oh, you're right. I don't want to think about it though. I do not want to. I do not want that mental image. God, I hate this, Ian. I hate what I've created.
Wow, I didn't think that I'd win on an Ed, Ed and Eddie episode. I thought that you'd be the winner.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, like, there's always a winner and a loser. Like, you know...
Whoa, when did this become a competition?
It's not, but, you know, like, there's no matter what, whenever two people are comparing something, there's always a winner and a loser. I'd say that you won episode 2 back when we were doing favorite games and stuff.
Oh.
I'm fine with that concession. And I'm sorry that you've lost all the other ones, but, you know.
Whoa, hang on. Like, listen, okay, I don't consider those competitions. I never thought of it that way, but I did not lose.
Well, I mean, in a two-man race, if one person crosses the finish line first, the other one can say he didn't lose, and, you know, the winner... I'm sorry, the person who crossed the finish line first can be nice and say and phrase things to sound like he, you know, did an admirable job, but in the end, you know, one person's wearing a gold medal.
I think you're just inventing this narrative, Ian.
Am I?
I think you are. Besides, if it was a competition, obviously I won all of them. Aside from...
I'm just going to play a montage of clips of all the drawings so far.
No, please don't. I don't want to try to imply, oh, I'm holding back when I do these, because I'm really doing my best, without a doubt. I'm just so dead inside and tired. But...
Sure. If only you got some normal sleep.
Dude, I'll never... Can I just say... I went to bed at, I want to say noon, no, 11 in the morning today.
Yeah, because when I asked you if Ed, Ed and Eddie was an okay thing to draw today, you answered at 8, and I was like, okay, that's a normal thing for people to do if you're up this early. And then I was like, well, hang on a second.
Russell never up this
doesn't
early.
wake up, which means he hasn't been to sleep yet. Which means that we're not going to be able to record this till 3 p.m.
I usually wake up at 3 p.m. anyways.
Yeah, I know.
So what are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say you wake up at 3 p.m.
Fair.
And you went to sleep at 8 a.m.
Well, no, I usually go to bed at 6 in the morning, and then I'll wake up
well,
at
that
3.
makes it better.
So I'm working on 5 fewer hours right now, and I deserve it, but it was worth it. I was staying up to watch the Super Smash Brothers presentation. At the time of this recording, it has been revealed that Min Min from ARMS will be the 6th DLC fighter. I don't know if we're a gaming news channel now, but...
This just in, people don't like that new Last of Us game.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started. Ooh, I don't want to get started on Last of Us 2. But no, I was up till 9 for the presentation for Smash, and then 30 minutes after that was the Summer of Devs presentation, or whatever the frick, and that's where they...
So wait, the announcement was at 9?
Yeah, in the morning.
Then why didn't you just go to sleep early?
Because I usually go to bed at 6 anyways, so I was like, I'll just stay up an extra 3 hours.
Okay. Well, I'm finished whenever you are, so if you wanna...
Oh, fuck.
Whatever.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Oh, wait, we were supposed to be drawing.
No, I was working, I swear. Just let me do one final thing. Let me just do one final little thing here. Can you feel me? Do you get what I'm putting down, Ian?
Sure, let's say I do.
Alright, cool, man. I appreciate you. You know, Ian, you're a good friend. You're a terrible person.
Thank you. Normally, you know, I don't want to, you know, sing praises for myself, or, you know, I also don't want to be, you know, a bad friend. So it's nice to hear that sort of reinforcement every now and again. You know, I don't want to just strut myself assuming, I'm beloved, or hated. So it's nice to get feedback.
Yeah, of course, man. I appreciate you for what you are.
Wait, what is that supposed to mean?
What do you mean? I'm just
You
saying.
appreciate me for what I am? What the fuck is that? Some kind of dig?
No, I'm saying that I appreciate the kind of person that you've chose to be, like the path in life that you've taken, and I'm happy that we can share our experiences in this wacky thing called life.
All right, well that was very eloquent. I'm sorry I got angry.
You're also a bitch, and I can't stand you.
uh,
What was that? Was that a dying Tim Allen? Yeah.
all right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Ed, Ed, and Ed.
Yeah. Let me see here.
Okay, I will send my Eds over.
All right, by all means, go ahead. Let's see your lovely. Oh, hey. That's actually kind of dope.
I feel like the middle Ed with 1D. I feel like he's somebody that we went to school with. Like that looks very much like somebody's face that I recall from like. No. It was a guy that I went to college with that kind of looks like.
I was about to say I don't think anyone in middle school or well, I guess high school too. I forgot that we went to high school together, but I can't think of anyone with
How
a
did
full.
you forget about that?
It's not that I forgot about it. It's just it wasn't in my brain zone for a second there.
Sure. And then I also did Captain Knuckles because we were talking about it, and Mac and Blue down there.
Oh yeah, nice little cameos.
Indeed.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
love
but
it.
I'm actually a lot more happy with this than I thought I would.
Yeah. Very nice. I do appreciate the slight cross-eyed look of Ed. You really captured that very nicely.
Yeah, I had to make him look as dopey as possible.
I love him. He's a good boy.
Indeed. I'm very happy with how my Eddie turned out. He was the one I was the most afraid of.
Yeah, he's not bad. I dig it.
All right, send your boys over.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Fuck. Oh shit. Jesus. Fuck. No! The files are too powerful. Hold on, let me shrink them.
Too powerful. All right, hit me. Come on.
Here's my first one I did quite a few.
Oh shit.
So
Oh, holy crap, that's rad.
like I said, I wanted to go for a very specific episode. So Double D
Is that Doom? Is
Doom?
that Doom back there?
Doom?
Behind Rolf?
No, it's a Bloodborne actually.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I keep sneaking Bloodborne into these things. I just love Bloodborne that much. I can't stop thinking about Bloodborne. But no, so with Double D, he's dressed up as I forget what his name was, but he's like a plunger boy. There's an episode where the Eds are trying to like, they challenge the Kinkers to a wrestling match so that way they'll leave them alone or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's Double D's suit. And then his
Oh,
stand,
man.
is fat
was a
freaky!
There was a fucking Cartoon Network game where you played as him wrestling. Oh man.
Yeah, it was like
Oh,
a
we're gonna have to
weird-
talk about those Cartoon Network like online, like on the website. We're gonna have to talk about those games.
There were some
sometime, 'cause I
gems in
remember
there,
so
dude.
many.
There were some gems in there, man, and I know which one
Do
you're
you
talking
remember
about. It was like a
Big-
rock paper scissors kind of thing, I think.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Do you remember Big Fat Awesome House Party?
I do.
Oh, that was my favorite.
That was a
Okay,
good
sorry,
one.
go on.
No, it's all good. But Double D's stand is fat freaky, and then because it sounded familiar, I drew Freddy Freaker over in the corner just because fuck it.
Russell, now people are gonna know we're ripping off Oni and Doodle Dudes.
I don't care. It's funny. They didn't invent Freddy Freaker. I just had a stroke.
Kinda.
But Eddie is wearing his outfit when the Eds are hanging out in the trash field place. I don't know what you would call
yeah.
it. And then they're pretending that they're alien like space warriors.
That was a good one.
Yeah, very very fun episode. There are a lot of specific episodes, and then obviously you suggested for me to draw the Life Has Many Doors Ed boy, but I felt bored with the whole just drawing the screenshot, so I tried to add something in the background.
Life has many doors, Ed boy.
But all right. How about we see your Kinkers now?
Well, hang on, because I have to show my Jimmy.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. Oh my god.
I'm really happy with how this one turned out. I thought this was gonna be my worst one, but I'm very happy with it.
Like just on its own stylistically, well done.
Thank you.
But what the fuck?
You always knew he was gonna snap.
He has snapped several times.
Exactly.
Do you remember the episode where they fatten him up to become a sumo wrestler? So they just like fed him like a shitload of peaches and cream.
I don't, but on Twitter the other day I saw like a clip with like it was him explaining like how he masterminded this whole like deal where he like framed the Eds and got them attacked by the cankers.
Ian.
Yeah.
I linked you that video because in the last episode we were talking about jubes.
No.
Yes.
No, I saw that on Twitter.
No, in the last episode we're talking about jubes, like the dots. And I couldn't think of what they were called.
That didn't make the cut.
Oh my. I hate you.
Yeah, but anyway, so Canker Sisters.
I'll do my Kinkers first because I have a sneaking suspicion yours are going to be Cursed as Fuck and will be a good way to close it out.
Oh, fair enough.
As it usually goes. But yeah, here are my Kinkers.
Very sexy.
Hell yeah, dude. Like, look at them.
I like your Lee a lot.
Thank you.
Your May looks like a character from Day of the Tentacle.
Yeah. Hell yeah!
Very nice. I like those.
I can see it.
I feel like mine is a little derivative of past work, but I think it stands on its own quite nicely.
Jesus fucking Christ. God, I don't... I need to go.
Oh, yeah?
I need to go.
Yeah?
This is some Gorefield level shit. Or whatever it's called. I think is it called Gorefield? Just like the whole terrifying monstrosity Garfield meme that's been going around.
I can't say I've seen that.
There is no way you don't know about that. It might not actually be called Gorefield, but hold on a second.
Well, I mean, I'm not a huge loser, so that's...
What the fuck?
I don't spend my day checking out the hottest memes and getting Reddit karmas.
But yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about, though. That's what your art always gives me vibes of, just this horrible flesh monstrosity.
Thank you.
Honestly, they could be a Silent Hill monster.
I have been a lot more fond. Like, of course, I like drawing weird emaciated bodies and like the skin stretching off it, but I feel like I've been getting a lot better at doing the sort of way the skin hangs off like the weak body.
Yeah, I can agree with that for sure.
All right, I feel pretty good. You feeling pretty good, Russell?
Yeah, I want to die and go back to bed. But other than that,
silly Billy.
I can't. It's too late at this point. I just have to suffer like I always do every day.
I mean, no. You can do other. You can go to sleep.
No.
You could, go to sleep at like 10 o'clock.
It's impossible. No.
No, believe me, I know how difficult it is to go to sleep early. When, like, a few nights ago, I was trying to go to sleep at 10, and I was like, okay, you know what? I feel kind of tired. I don't have anything I want to do tonight. I'm just gonna try to get some sleep. And I laid there, and I ended up just not being able to sleep till like 3 a.m. And I'm like, God fucking damn it, I hate all of this. This is bullshit. I try to be good, and it just doesn't do. It doesn't go.
I get you, man. I'm just so self-destructive.
All right. Well, that was a not as happy end to a very happy end. There it is. There's the happy.
Just free me from this mortal coil.
We're gonna be sleeping till we see you again next week. So bye bye. What was the first thing that the florist did when he went on Wheel of Fortune?
What did he do, Ian?
He bought an E.